Christian Llorett's story is one of those modern journeys shaped by timing, creativity, and the power of digital presence. It doesn't begin in a fashion capital or under bright studio lights. It begins in a space most people overlook: the decision to be seen. Before the growing audience and polished aesthetic, Christian was simply experimenting, testing styles, angles, and expressions in front of a camera. There's always a starting point where things aren't perfect, where confidence is still building. But that stage matters, because it's where identity begins to take form. As she continued to share her photos on Instagram, something started to click. Her content wasn't just about appearance. It carried a mood, a sense of calm confidence, mixed with subtle boldness. People scrolling through endless feeds would pause, not necessarily because it was loud or flashy, but because it felt intentional. That's how her presence began to grow. With each post, her style became more defined. Outfits looked more curated, poses more natural, and the overall aesthetic more cohesive. It was clear she was learning, adapting, and paying attention to what worked. That ability to evolve is what separates casual users from those who begin to stand out. Over time, her page transformed into more than a personal gallery. It became a brand. And in today's world, that shift is everything. Modeling is no longer limited to agencies and runways. It lives on platforms where individuality matters just as much as appearance. Christian stepped into that space and made it her own. As her following increased, new doors began to open. Collaborations, brand features, and opportunities to represent different styles became part of her journey. Each partnership wasn't just exposure, it was experience. It helped shape her understanding of the industry and refine how she presented herself to a wider audience. But like any path in the digital space, it wasn't just about the highlights. Growth comes with pressure, the need to stay relevant, to keep creating, to meet expectations. It's a constant cycle of effort and reinvention. Christian's consistency suggests she embraced that challenge rather than stepping away from it. When it comes to her personal life, she keeps a noticeable distance between what she shares and what she keeps private. There's very little publicly known about her relationships, and that choice feels deliberate. It allows her to maintain control over her narrative, focusing attention on her work rather than her personal details. That balance creates a certain intrigue. Followers aren't just watching her, they're curious about her. And in a space where attention is everything, that curiosity becomes part of her strength. Today, Christian Llorett stands as part of a generation redefining what it means to be a model. She didn't rely on traditional pathways or wait for validation. Instead, she built something step by step, using creativity and consistency as her foundation. And the most interesting part? She's still in the middle of that journey. There's room for growth, new directions, and bigger opportunities. Whether she continues expanding her influence online or branches into other areas of fashion and media, the potential is there, and it's growing. Her story is a reminder that sometimes the biggest moves start quietly. No spotlight, no announcement, just a decision to begin and the discipline to keep going. So if you're watching her journey unfold, stay connected. Follow along, see how far she goes, and take a little inspiration from the process. Because in a world like this, the next success story might not come from where you expect. It might come from someone who simply chose to start.